Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going live. We're going to be answering Social Security, disability insurance, and supplemental security income questions. These are medical disability questions. Some of you guys want to ask me about personal injury. That's fine. We can talk a little bit about that. Some of you want to ask me about wills, trusts, and estates. That's fine. We can talk a little bit. But we're here to talk about Social Security disability benefits. Now, let's get right into this. This is important. Here are the rules. Many of you already know them. For being a part of this session. Number 1, you have to use a fake name when you call in. Number 2, no story mode. Number 3, have your legal question ready. Number 4, you only get about 5 to 7 minutes. So the bottom line is, with this whole shenanigans and Pop-Tart expression that we're going to be going through, it's going to be about 40 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm tired. I've been up very early. I have to wake up early tomorrow. I'm tired. So with that said, I'm going to now put the number out there so people can call in. I know that it's late. It's 11:47. I know we're supposed to do this around like 9-ish. I know. But remember, I work at a law firm 9 to 5 to 7 to 8 to 9 till literally I started doing these videos. I worked from when I woke up until my last call. I took a shower and then I did that video. So remember, as a disability attorney that does this for a living, just to make sure you're clear on this, I'm super tired. We're at the end of the day, and I've been working since 7, 8-ish something a.m. Okay. The phone number is 407-279-1754. There you go. We have the first call. We had a call come in, but I didn't see it, and I didn't hear it either. Is this thing up? We're having a technical difficulty. Let me adjust this heavily amazing phone. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. And we are on speaker. We are live right now. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Good evening, Walter. This is Florida Man. I'm a retired vet, 100% P&T, 56 years old, and I'm doing my initial SSDI filing.
Okay.
Do I need to worry about this going to an ALJ hearing?
I mean, here's the thing with that question. A lot of VA people, and the government is basically attacking them right now. So ironically, you know how Trump was like super like rah, 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 veterans, rah, 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 military. Well, the person he put in charge of the SSA, Commissioner Saul, was not rah, 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 military, rah, 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 VA recipients. So they cut back the rules and regulations for auto allowing the SSA to just auto rely on 100% P&T from the VA. So for veterans, it's easier to get 100% P&T now than it is to get your Social Security benefits. The wait is also longer now for Social Security benefits. It used to be longer for the VA benefits. So everything's kind of switched. So bottom line is, yes, you could potentially get 2 denials. Yes, you could potentially go into a hearing. Yes. But the bottom line is this, okay? At the end of the day, if you have a strong claim, cool, you can wing it without an attorney. If you don't have a super strong claim or you're not really sure, then of course grab an attorney. But the main thing is there are no rules that really protect you like you had it before. You still have expedited claims for 100% P&T, so a claim will go faster. But I know a lot of firms are not taking claimants that are veterans because of how aggressive the SSA has become with denying them.
All right. But long story short, the initial filing probably will go to a ALJ hearing, or?
Oh, no. You got to get 2 denials. You get initial filing, get denied, reconsideration, get denied, and then appeal, and then you get to the ALJ. So you got to go through 2 denials before you can apply to appeal to go in front of an administrative law judge.
All right. I thank you very much for your time, and God bless you.
You as well, good sir. Have a wonderful night.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so with that said, we're going to go to the next call, which is this one. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hello, Walter. This is Donald. So I posted in the chat, and I'm trying to get, my father passed away about a year ago. I'm trying to get I'm on SSI, been on SSI since I was 19. I'm trying to get the disabled child benefit.
Okay.
So what they're telling me is they have to deny it because they sent me a letter in 2008 and I didn't respond. But I didn't know that I could get it before my dad passed away. So I guess, what can I do? Can I fight it? Get a lawyer?
Oh, that's a tough
Tell
one.
me.
So,
Where do I go for?
yeah, they're claiming that they've got a denial and then you never appealed it. You're claiming you didn't have receipt, which is a constitutional violation. What proof do they have that they mailed it and you received it?
That I don't know. I just asked them, and they said that there was a letter that was sent back in '08. Again, I had a lot going on back then. I don't even remember receiving any kind of letter. So,
I mean, if they had the wrong address, but what I would go look up is the statute that's called 404.911. Go look up that statute
Okay.
and work on that. That'll allow you to extend the 60 days beyond, obviously, the 60-day appeal option. And then if it's something where you were never even filed and didn't receive notice, then you can also argue a constitutional restriction where you should have access to a current notification because you never received notification originally that DACs had become available to you.
Okay. All right. If I have any other questions, can I give you a call at your office?
Yes, but okay. So the message for everybody on this one: everybody calls. We get like 200, 300 people who call or text or email in every single day saying, "Hey, I just have a quick question." And we can't do those. We can only work on the ones where we're representing people for their claims. So I do those $250 for a private hour during my lunchtime, Monday through Friday. But for like quick calls or quick check-ins, just do the live shows on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like a constitutional thing, is what you're saying, then, huh?
Well, if it was a claim that was filed and it was not, done right, and you got a technical denial, then you use the 404.911. But if you never received notice for whatever reason, and the reason is a valid one, then it's a situation where, to be fair, I would say this: you have a constitutional right to receive notification, and inherent in that right, you didn't receive it for whatever reason. Make sure it's a good one, and then you're going to go ahead and file with that, and then you're going to, if they say no, no, no. And the field office won't push it through or push it to DDS or whatever, then you go to the regional field office, say, hey, constitutional violation. But remember, at that point, you should be looking at which attorney you're going to get to go ahead and work on it. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for doing this. This is awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, good sir. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Perfect. Okay, cool. We're going to take the next call. Let's see what we got here. Here it is. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, Disability Resolution PA. Remember to use a fake name throughout this call. Also, what is your legal question? Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, I'm already on disability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get my check for the month. So when I contacted the 1-800 number, they was like for me to go to my main office for me to for them to write me another check. Okay. So they didn't write me a check. They was like, I have to wait a week. So I was like, okay. But then they sent me a letter saying that I cashed my check.
Oh.
But I didn't cash my check, right? So they was like, they bring me these papers and to the front, and they was like, is this your signature? And I'm like, no, this is not my signature.
Mm-hmm.
It had a passport on a passport number. I'm like, I don't even have a passport number. But they taking the money out of my check anyway. How can I dispute that? I don't even have a passport.
So you have a fraudulent identity problem. So you have to reach out to OIG, submit a report, and you have to ask the SSA as to what proof that they have that you actually cashed it. So, go ahead. Yeah.
Even though they're taking the money out of my check already?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you want to go ahead and reach out to OIG immediately. They're the group that oversees the legal functions of the SSA and all fraud related to it. I mean, what you're saying is fraud has occurred, right?
Yes.
Then I get on the, you can call them, you can email them, you can go ahead and fill out an online form, get OIG on notice, reach out to the field office with what you submitted, ask them for essentially proof of what they have that it was cashed. That way you can start to build your claim and show that basically this was a fraudulent transaction.
Who's OIG?
Oh, Office of Inspector General. They're the legal folk on behalf of the SSA that also audits the SSA. They think they're cool, and they are cool, but the bottom line is they're like the lawyers on behalf of the commissioner.
Okay, and where would I find that information? On the website?
Yeah, you just Google SSA OIG. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm watching you and you help a lot of people. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, madam. You have a wonderful, wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Perfect. We're going to take a moment. Just breathe. Think of a happy song from a Disney movie. I ate like half a chocolate bar before I did this because you got to remember, like I've been up, I'm working at this point. Like I don't even know. It's like 18-ish hour days. So I'm always burnt out. No phone calls coming in. So we're just going to take a moment to talk about how good things are. They're not great. They're not great. Let me see if another one pops in. Now, with that said, I'm going to shit. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. I don't know what happened with that phone call. I'm not sure what happened with that phone call. We'll wait for the next one to call in. Hold on. Let me. There's so much going on this phone. Hold on. I'm just going to wait till the next one calls in. I pressed the right buttons. I'm pretty sure. I'm 80% sure. I'm 70% sure I pressed the right buttons there. Let me see who it comes in. All right, here we go. Click the button, put the speaker on. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
80% sure.
Oh, and remember,
Can you hear me?
yeah, just go ahead and mute the computer or tablet or phone or TV on your end.
Okay, you can't hear me. I'm live.
Yeah, you're live. You're live right now. Howdy.
Okay. Good. So my name is Teresa, and my question is, I was awarded Social Security disability in 2023.
Okay.
That's when I got my notice.
Okay.
Now they backpaid me, or they backdated it to September of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't figure out for a very long time where they got that figure, but I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
I'm self-employed.
Okay.
And so my career is I make a sale, a client pays me, I'm done.
Okay.
It's a very kind of like a quick sort of process.
Okay.
All right. So I guess what happened is they asked on the paperwork, when was the last time that you worked?
Mm-hmm.
And so the last time that I had made a sale was in 2021 of September
Okay.
2021. So that it took me a long time to figure out that date after calling
Okay.
the administration like a million times.
Sure.
Okay, so they pay me. So they accept me the first time I apply.
Mm-hmm.
I start getting paid in April of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then in January of 2024, they come back and they say to me, wait a minute, stop the boat. You made money in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And we are now saying that
Overpayment.
you can be gainfully employed. Mm-hmm. They prorated it out through the whole 9 months and into 2024 and all this stuff. But the problem with that is that was one sale that I made almost a year before I even applied.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't apply until June of 2022
Okay.
for disability.
Okay.
And so I'm having it under appeal right now.
Okay.
So do you have thoughts on this right now?
Well, I mean, you got a timeline it out as to what you made per month, because it's not when you made the sale, it's when you got paid. And so they're going to be looking at how much the SGA was, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. And for each month that you basically, kind of whatever violated the amount, you weren't eligible in those months. And so they're using this as a means to go ahead and say, hey, you can go ahead and work. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, look, if you're an intern or you're working a side gig or you're self-employed or whatever, at some point they're going to take a look at this and say, I think this person could potentially work a little bit more. And therefore, element 5 of the 5-step sequential process, I think they could potentially do some other job in the national economy at enough hours to earn over SGA continuously. And therefore, they'll deny them. And so what's happening to you is you probably got hit with an overpayment and they're probably trying to, kick off the benefits. So now you've got to prove as a working person that, you are actually still disabled, which is very tough. So my question to you is, on average, what do you earn per month?
Well, zero, because I'm not working. So I made that sale in 2021, and I didn't get paid on it until December of 2021 because it was a situation where somebody was relocating to the city that I live in, and I was getting paid on that person. So basically, I'm a recruiter. And so the person, I put them at the company, they signed an offer letter and all that in 2021. But because they didn't start until November, I don't bill my client until November of 2021. And then they have 30 days to pay me. So I didn't get the paid invoice until December of 2021.
Well, I
So
mean, that's when you get paid.
What they're probably saying is, or looking at it like, wait a minute, you made money all the way through 2021, which isn't true. I made one sale.
Yeah, but they like to split it up and count it over months and try and say that was part of the whole commission process. Was that, you were doing the work.
What about the 9 trial months?
Yeah, you have those available. You got nine trial months available to you. Yeah.
Right.
You're an SSDI, right? I mean,
okay, my understanding.
Yeah.
This was SSDI. This is not SSI. I was never.
Yeah, then you got 9 months, and you got the extended eligibility as well. So, I mean, how much did you earn in that month, though? I mean, this must have been a bell ringer for them to be all up in the air about it.
Yeah, so basically, it was a high-level person that I placed, and you get 25% of their base comp when you make the placement. Okay, so you get the money, and then they take out from there the taxes and all of that. So it turned out to be about $31,000.
And that's why. Yeah, that's right there.
Right.
That's
the outrage.
Yeah.
But what I've done, that's the nature of that career. I mean, like if you worked in real estate or commercial real estate or something like that, that's how much you make. I mean, that's just how much you make. And so what I sent to them was all the documentation from everything that happened in September 2021, showing that that's when I worked from beginning to end, 1 month out of the whole entire year.
Can you prove that you were through emails, communications, etc., only actually doing the work in that month? So then you can make that argument.
I can fully make that argument, including the invoice, the offer. I have, communication between me and the client that, hey, extend this verbal offer, which is basically once the candidate says, yes, I'm going to accept, I go to my client and I say, this candidate is going to accept. They then kind of basically take over. And this happens to be a client of mine that I had done a tremendous amount of putting people in. And so I trusted them. So they really honestly I only do like a fraction of the work with them, and their human resources really does a lot because we have a trust between us. So I trust them to be able to take control of the candidate, which typically you don't do. But I've been in my career for almost 30 years.
Sure.
So I trust this company. They're a big, multi-billion-dollar company, and I have an exclusive with them. So, or had. And so basically what happens is once I extend the verbal and the person says, yes, I'm going to accept the position, they are then taken over by the human resources department of that client. And that client sends them the written thing like on literally the same day.
Okay.
The verbal acceptance. So all of it happens very, very quickly. And at that point is when I check references and and things of that nature, just kind of tidy up and get everything in a little bow, and I'm done. My job is done at that point. And then the client is now got full control over that person because that person has signed a written offer letter and is now considered their employee, not me. I'm out of the picture. I'm done. My job is over. And so that happens really that happened in this case within about a 2.5 week period. but and I have all the documentation, so I sent all of that in. Every email, every correspondence, including when because you can't, I couldn't like send an invoice to the client that month because this was a reload. So this person was moving from Minnesota to the city that I live in. And so basically and so they didn't start until the middle of November, sometime in November.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when the actual physical invoice goes out to the company, because you can only invoice them on the day the person starts. So the day the person starts, which was, they hired in September, the person moves, comes to the city, gets,
I get it.
settled.
It expands.
Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
what's the legal?
But I have all the proof for that.
Yeah, I gotcha. So what's the legal question? Because obviously your question is how many months are they going to include? Your question is how many can I wipe out with the 9-month trial work period?
Exactly. Is there any chance that they'll look at that with all of that and say, well, she either worked 1 month here, because we can see from beginning to end, or, are they going to go in and say, well, she also sent the invoice out in November, so she did some work in November, she sent an invoice out? Or are they going to, they went through and they're going to count that.
They're going to count that invoice because that's important work. I mean, remember, your job was not sitting in front of a grill flipping burgers. Your job was headhunting, getting them basically on board, doing invoices, so they're going to count that month. Yeah.
Well, I mean, basically what happens is when the person gets hired, you put a little note in the system, and the little computer system or software that I use, and it's automatically generated. You don't even have to do anything except push a button, and it's emailed to the client. That's all you do. I mean, I didn't even headhunt really that person. It was kind of a fluke. That person had reached out to me like 3 months before, and I hadn't done anything. I hadn't been working. And so this was a client of mine, and it was a hybrid sort of situation. And I was like, wait a minute, somebody reached out to me for something that looked like had that. Let me go check, because it looks like they had that background. I didn't physically go hunt this person down.
Yeah, but
this person was,
and I get that, and maybe you can cut out some months, but still, you're sending invoices. They're going to count that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this is not you in front of a burger flipping machine. This is not you, entering information into a computer over and over as a repetitive duty of data entry. This is you making a deal. You making a deal could be $1 million, and it was one email.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so how can they take away 9 of my things when really, at the most, I would have done 2 months at the most?
I mean, you can argue that. You can argue that. You can make an argument for that, submit a brief, do all the stuff. Most people hire an attorney to write it up and do the timeline and the explanation of the law, but you can argue that. But remember, you got the field office on your butt right now, so they're not going to be super highly articulated. So you may have to appeal it up until you get the ALJ hearing level and then have it go in front of a judge who's got a doctorate level degree. But the point is, you're right. If you weren't doing anything during those months, you can try and exclude those months. But the argument they're going to make is your job, if you were sending emails, if you're sending text messages, if you're doing invoices, whether or not you were trying to hunt this person down or they hunted you down, or, happened easy peasy in a 2.5 week process, they're going to gather whatever evidence they have to show that, hey, you were working it. And if you were working it and the payout was $30K, then every time you touched it in a month just a little bit, that's going to be part of one of those months that they break it into.
And that's fine, but they can't prove that I did anything. The proof is everything is in September, literally, except the invoice.
Mm-hmm.
I have, from the client contacting me to me contacting this candidate that had reached out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the client basically just starts setting up interviews once they see the resume.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that happened in this case very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost a full year before I ever even applied. And how would I even know? Like, what if I had said to them, well, my last work day was October? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if instead of September, I said I didn't work in October? Then they would never even, and then they'd see 31,000. Would they still do the same exact thing?
So what the real question is, it's because remember, it's about the months you actually worked in, the months you actually communicated in.
Exactly.
It's not about like they can just grab everything sort of situation. So the judge,
Right.
if a judge were looking at this, not the local field office, they'd say, okay, when did you have communications? What are all the devices you used? What proof do you have that there weren't any other additional devices that you used to communicate? So on and so forth. But if you got paid in a month, they're going to count that. If you were doing invoices and it was only one email, they're going to count that, because that's the nature of headhunting, is that it's a lot of money if you can make it happen. And it's not a lot of communication that goes on between, that, unless the person is waiting, having a hard time finding a job. So bottom line is, they should not be counting months where you did not actually work, but they're going to try to assimilate those into the record. You can bet your butt they're going to do that, because at the end of the day, the whole point is, they're in a situation where they're trying to show that you were working and earning in months that you shouldn't have. Now you do get the trial work period, and that's your saving grace here. But remember, you have to argue on your behalf. So have you timelined everything out, pulled every communication method that you have for that period to be able to show, bank records, phone
Yeah,
records, business phone? Yeah.
I literally detailed it all out and bullet pointed how the process works with all the documentation that would be needed for them to just put two and two together. Like, go, okay, she said this on bullet point, whatever, and here's the email to back it up, or here's the invoice to back it up, or
Sure.
here's whatever correspondence to back up what she's saying is the process on how this goes and how this sale happened, and or the placement, however you want to word it. I have all of that, and that they have in front of them.
So I've got to go to the next caller, but and I can't review obviously the timeline right now, but see what you can get. If they still deny it, then you can always call in again and we can check on what they didn't like and go from there. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because I have a call with them next week and they want to go through now all my financial records.
Oh yeah, for sure. They want to know when you received money in, how you spent money, everything.
Okay. I mean, does it sound like I can beat this? I mean,
I don't know. I'd have to look at the timeline. Like, that's the get. I'd have to read through the timeline, see what there is, look at your financials. Like, I can't do that in a 5-minute period, and we're at 16 minutes.
Right.
Point is, maybe do that hour thing where you buy an hour kind of gig, and then you send me all the stuff, and I sit there and go through it. But I can't. Let me get to the next caller though, because I'm falling asleep, and I want to do one more caller. But I'd have to read through it and then see where the issues are, because there's always a silver bullet with these claims, and I don't usually catch it on the first read through. I usually catch it once I've read through it and I sat there and thought about it for 15 minutes and go, oh, what about this? So, just keep in mind, it's one of those things where the devil's in the details on these. And, remember, they're going to be looking for anything and everything that can prove that you were touching something during that month to show work and, interaction. And so, even if the company that you were working with was sending you BS template emails that really didn't apply to you, they're still going to count those months. But let me get to the next caller. I'll catch you a little bit later, and you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
So we're going to do one more call, because I am literally falling asleep, and Sweetie is right now on the green screen, putting her feet up in the air and kicking them. So that's a good sign. Here we go. Last phone call of the night. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. Oh no, what happened? What happened? Oh wait, hold on. I can call this person back. He called in a couple of times. Hold on. Let me put the speaker on. Let's see if we can get him on the phone. Hold on. Okay, I guess not. Let's try that again. Hold on. I'm going to try and call this person real quick. Hold on. Here we go. Is it on? Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi. Thanks for taking the call.
Sure.
My question was, I'm not sure if this is something that you can answer, but it was regarding health insurance when you are on SSI and then switch over to SSDI. There was something called the Pickle Amendment,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not sure. I've been kind of going back and forth between it's called the Department HSD. I relocated to a different state, and I lost my Medicare savings program, and I've been going back and forth between them and Social Security. And one is saying it's Social Security that automatically catches pickle people, is what I was told. And then the Human Services Department says, no, it's not. Then
You there? Uh-oh. What's going on? Hold on. We're having technical difficulties. I got nothing. Oh no. No, it's got 100%. I think my phone died. This is not good. I think the phone died, guys. Let me see if I can like press all the buttons at the same time and like get it to like turn on. Shit, this is not good. Guys, the phone died. And it was plugged in too. It was plugged in. Look at that. It's got 100%. It just wasn't working. Okay. 1977 pickle law, pickle amendment. Yeah, I just shoot me an email. I'll see if I can get to it. There was another person who called in that I tried to pick it up and then the phone clicked off. I can't say their name from the phone, but if you're calling me, the phone's it's dead, and it's going to take. You know how the iPhone works? Like it takes a while to actually like register a charge. So, unfortunately, yeah, here there's a pickle amendment. Let me see. Let me Google it real quick. I'll just tell you what you guys so you know what it is. Okay. Okay. So pickle amendment is a federal law that establishes a category of Medicaid eligibility for people who used to receive supplemental security income benefits but no longer do. The amendment states that people who maintain their monthly income above the SSI limit after switching from SSI to Social Security Disability Insurance still qualify for Medicaid. The Pickle Amendment also provides continued medical assistance to people who are terminated from financial assistance due to excess income. It's people who switch from Title 16 to Title 2, have income over SGA, blah, 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 yada, yada. We'll do a video on it at some point. Yeah, I see everybody found the pickle icon. I am sorry to the person who called in. The phone literally is dead. It has died. We're there. So I will catch you all. Probably not tomorrow. Probably not. Maybe. You never know. You never know. I will catch you all later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. And please remember to like, subscribe, and go to Google, type in Disability Resolution Florida or Disability Resolution Law Firm. Throw some stars up there. I always love waking up to those. And again, I am sorry the phone just literally it died. So I don't know why the charger wasn't giving it to the juice, but I know when I started the show, I only had 6% battery. So, you know. Anyways, guys, I will catch you all a little bit later. Have a wonderful night, and we will go from there. Please sleep well. Please take care of yourself, and we'll catch up down the line. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.